Really what that means is that the switcher is actually pushing a signal to YouTube. It doesn't go live until I tell it to on this side.
So are we live right now?
Oh yeah, we're definitely live as I'm explaining this back to you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, I still don't understand. What? I mean, I guess I do. The thingy is talking to YouTube, but YouTube's not talking to the internet yet when it says on air.
What's wrong with the thingy?
The thingy.
What thingy?
The sign. Whatever.
The monitor? The monitor.
Yeah.
Nerd!
Hello, everyone.
Indeed, hello.
We've made some upgrades to my studio. So this is the first actual live broadcast on YouTube that we're doing with the new equipment. So it should get real interesting around here.
Well, I'm hoping that there's no cricket sounds or any of the other really, really bothersome problems that we ran into in the past. So,
does anyone hear any crickets? We heard that it could sound like crickets. It could sound like dial-up internet.
Well, we heard all of that when we watched it back.
Oh, we did,
the other day. So when we had the old,
they were all very accurate descriptions, and I thank my procrastinators for helping me out with that. So we got a fix for it, and hopefully, it sounds great.
Well, I'm hopeful.
Can you hear my ice? It's been a good weekend.
It has been a pretty... You know what? No, it hasn't. And it's continuing to fall apart.
Don't break anything. Please.
I'm just trying.
So, as everyone trickles in, hello everyone in the live chat. Let me know where you're from. I can actually see the live chat right here, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not like, if you want me to really see it, put it in bold capital letters. But I can kind of see what's going on in the live chat.
I don't know. This whole new display thing is really it's
see,
really
Dana
fun.
can hear the ice in my cup. That's awesome.
Yes, they can definitely.
So we have really awesome things planned for this evening. I'm hoping to stay in the hour time frame, but
we won't.
You
we
know,
won't. Let's just own it right now. There's no way we're going to be done this by 9:00 whatever that we got started.
We didn't even start on time. We were fashionably late.
But that's kind of our normal.
So Rachel Jones is watching from Seattle. See, I can see that. Emery's in PA. Tana's in New York. Ohio. Oh, this is awesome. I love it.
This is like a whole new thing for you. And you didn't even get a new monitor.
Cool.
What are you watching on?
My laptop.
Oh, okay.
Which I muted before we started.
Oh man. The professionalism is rolling.
I feel extra sweaty.
So right now you have the Can we count screens for a second?
How many screens do I have?
You've got the laptop, the overhead monitor, the overhead camera monitor, the front-facing camera monitor.
But I can't see that.
The main monitor in front of the room. 1, 2, 3 in front of me. There are 9 screens on right now.
So I get a little bit of screen time.
I'm just saying, if there's
life.
ever anything proven to the whole radiation thing, you're boned.
Thanks.
Well, you know. There's all
Way to
kinds
give
of,
me some anxiety
all
while
kinds
we're
of
live on
EMFs
the
happening
internet.
down here.
You know, if there's ever... Hey, Kimberly Miller from Mountain, Maryland.
We love the mountains in Maryland.
So, well, we have some things. I have a couple of Instagram people that have been inspiring me lately that I can share with you. And then we have Nellie from Nellie's Artistic Creations. We're going to talk with her and do a mixed media project, which is completely out of my comfort zone. I got some paint on my hands earlier and I was super excited about it. Like, it's been a while since I really got messy. So I'm excited to do some mixed media. And what else? Oh, we have a discussion question about design teams about what it's like to be on a design team, and or what it takes to get chosen to be on a design team. I am not currently on any design teams, but I have some experience, so I can share that with you. And I'm sure so does Nellie. Anyone in the comments, please feel free to give us your opinion on things that we're discussing. That's what's the fun of being live and interacting with each other, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you expecting me to provide the feedback?
Yeah, that's why I have you here.
I was busy just, I wasn't paying the least bit of attention to were you prattling on. I was trying to get the next bit set up, and then it started to worry about, I don't think you actually set up a slide for me for the discussion question.
I did so.
Where is it?
In the media.
Is it actually in the player?
Yep.
No.
Yes, it is. Look at the last thing that was loaded in there.
I'm looking right now.
And that was it. I didn't even write that up there, and I made some notes, and I think I left them over there with you.
Oh, you want them?
Can I have it?
If I could get from here to there without breaking
Don't trip on anything.
Myself included.
Thank you. Okay, my notes. All right, we're on the Instagram inspiration part. Are you ready?
Am I ready?
Are you ready?
All right. What are we doing?
Instagram inspiration.
Oh yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. We should really rehearse.
No.
Beforehand.
You just took my notes away.
Please look on the screen. There is an index card taped to the screen.
Wow. Hey, you know what? Look at that.
I just wanted to feel even more professional right now.
When did that get there?
About 5 minutes ago.
Oh. All right. So, all right. Fair enough.
So, I have 2 Instagram accounts that have been really capturing my attention lately. And I had intended to have this broadcast last week, but we couldn't, or didn't feel like it. We weren't feeling well. So, we postponed it till this weekend. And so, but all this week I feel like I haven't been online, so it feels like I'm going backwards in time. It doesn't make any sense to anyone else but me.
You okay?
So, Kim, I can't pronounce this. Kesti.
Wait, why would you do this to me?
I put her account up on
Go ahead.
Safari.
Yes, but you put them up in reverse order.
I'm very sorry.
Well, you know.
I don't think I put them up in any order. That's probably why.
We've done this before. We really have.
Kesti. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's her name. I didn't know how to. I'm always nervous about butchering people's names.
I'll help you with the next one.
So she's a paper crafter, card maker, and she has a very beautiful Instagram feed, as you can see here on the screen. I just love her designs, and she's very inspiring to me. I think she takes wonderful photographs, and I'm very drawn to her posts, so I'm sharing it with you. Her name, I'm not sure who she designs for totally, but see for yourself. Visit at Kim Kesti on Instagram so that you can see what she's all about. I just think they're stunning cards. Don't you agree?
I do. Yeah, I think they're nice.
So Marie says, is someone seeing blurry? What is blurry? Am I blurry, or is the computer screen blurry? Like
or is it
Kim's
all blurry?
Instagram account. What exactly?
How much have you had to drink tonight, dear?
Nothing. Which
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Marie.
Oh. And then the second account that I was really enjoying is not at all crafty. She is actually a personal trainer, and it's Go Green, Go Lean. I believe she was born in London and now she lives in Japan. I could be wrong. But she is the most adorable little fitness trainer. And she's always posting real information, like about her fat rolls and about what she's eating and like when she's vegging out. And she posts
this bread
all these...
looks amazing. Have you been here today? Like this
Yeah,
sandwich bread type thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
this is,
I don't mess around. She's inspiring and she's super cute. And so I wanted to share it. And so there she is. I think her name is Susanna. I believe.
Sang, yes. Susanna Sang.
Okay, Susanna Sang. Go green, go lean.
Ah, there you go.
I love when she doesn't fit in her clothes properly, or if it's the end of the day, you know, and you've got like that extra, because it's just a real representation of your body, and I think that deserves some respect. Fun. So, that's it. That was my Instagram inspiration. Is Nellie, on the line?
Oh, is she back?
I don't know. I probably told her. I don't know what time it is. All of these
Did you give her a time?
Yeah, we're on time. Actually, perfectly on time.
Wait, who's on time? Time out.
I said 8:15. Be ready to go.
There's no way that this is going to work that way.
Taking a sip.
She's sipping away. All right, well, I guess I'll...
So I plan these Craftcast episodes several months in advance, which I'll talk more about later, because I would like to ask people if there's anyone who wants to be on the Craftcast, to please send me an email. But, so I've set these people up months ago, and Nellie...
Y'all been set up.
Huh? We've all been set up. But she is totally different, totally opposite from me. She's not, I don't want to say she's very dark, but it's a darker style than mine. I'm very cutesy. She's adorable, but she has a different artistic style, and I thought it would be fun, especially now when we're all creating for like Halloween spooky stuff, to do a project with Nellie and some mixed media. So she's on the line with us.
All right, she should be able to talk.
There, hello, and I can do picture-in-picture.
I can talk.
Boom.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, tell us about yourself. Tell us how you got started doing mixed media.
I started off as an acrylic painter. I mean, I've always been crafty in some sort of way ever since I was little. And when I started getting serious about it, I started off as an acrylic painter, and paint to me was just never enough. Something about a flat surface was just not enough. I always felt like I needed dimension, or I don't know, something more. And one day I just started adding things to my paintings. I remember clearly one day I was painting a girl, and my hair is always funky colors. And I wanted her hair this bright, bright pink. And no matter what colors I mixed, I could not get the color pink that I wanted. And I thought, why don't I just go up in my bathroom and get the pink hair dye that I have up there? And sure enough, that's what I did. I painted her hair with hair dye. I still have that painting. That's where it started. Like, paint wasn't enough, I guess.
I totally understand what you're saying. I don't want to ever just say that I'm a card maker, because I'm not just a card maker. I make all kinds of things. So it's difficult for me to label myself as one thing. So I'm always envious of mixed media artists, because they can do anything.
Well, we try to do anything. And that's one of the joys of being a mixed media artist. Like, there's really no mistakes in mixed media. You can always find a way. Like, if you think you screw something up, you really could. There's always a way that you can fix it. maybe not in the traditional sense of fixing it, but there's always a way you can make it work.
Right.
If that makes sense.
It totally does. And I don't think there's really any mistakes. That's why I don't like fixing a lot of my errors, because it's handmade. You know, like, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be fun and put love in it, and it'll be fine.
I agree.
Put some love in the blender.
Put some love in it. So, tell us about the project that we're going to work on today.
So, we are going to... I love your cards, and I love your style, even though it's completely different from mine. I've been watching you for... sounds so creepy. I've been watching you forever. But we're complete opposites, let's be honest, in our realm of how we create and what we create. And I love that you do cute and pretty, if you will. And like you said earlier, I tend to create a little on the darker side. And you had suggested let's do Halloween, since it's that time of the year. And Halloween is my absolute favorite holiday. It's Halloween all year for me, to be honest. So we decided to do let's get it right, a tombstone, not a coffin.
Not a coffin.
Not a coffin.
Yeah, but we kept calling it a coffin.
That happened several times.
And we were going to be like, okay, well, we'll just make it a drinking game. And whenever we call the tombstone a coffin, we'll just make people drink.
I mean, that works for me.
I thought it was a fine idea.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it.
Because, I mean, even if in our short conversation just earlier, her and I both called it a coffin at least 3 times.
Happened.
Even though we know it's a tombstone.
We're looking right at it. Okay, so what are we doing with the tombstone?
What are we doing? Tonight we're basically going to do assemblage, because mixed media doesn't happen in an hour. And I know we're trying to stay on the time frame, but I also know that that's not going to happen. Because I've done hour-long live streams, and you just can't do it in an hour. So I tried to prep as much as I could. And I sent you pretty much everything I have. So we have the same
goodies,
materials.
Uh-huh.
Yes, all the same goodies for the most part. And we're going to build. We're going to build it up. We're going to take basically a whole bunch of black pieces and turn it into something completely, really freaking cool looking.
Okay. Well, let's do it. How do we get started?
All right. Sounds good. Is this banana?
Do you want to put the camera on me so she can switch her camera?
Did you say banana?
Banana.
Okay. Yes. Banana's just fine.
Okay.
Banana. That was our safe word.
Funny. Yeah.
Switcheroo.
You never know what's going to happen on that.
So, so she sent me a box of goodies that I opened pretty much this morning, and it's fun stuff. It's not stuff that I play with, so I'm excited to make stuff.
Are you going to show people what's in the bags, or are you just going to continue to let that linger?
Well, I don't really know yet, so we're going to wait.
All right, well, fair enough on that.
But we can take off my tea. Do you want to put it on my down facing too?
Sure.
I remember we have that problem.
Which problem?
So this is the stuff that I have. This is my tombstone, and then I have some gesso and some matte gel for adhesive, and some paints and all of this goodies. Look at what she packed for me. Isn't that so cool? And there's bones. Like, I don't get to play with bones. So I'm excited.
So nice on a tray. My stuff is just like everywhere.
Well, I have several trays. I have a lot of trays. So I guess let's just watch her start.
There are missing trays. There are so many trays that we have enough.
Dexter takes trays too, because he'll make things out of modeling clay, like Crayola modeling clay. and it air dries on the tray, and we stick it up on this little rack that we have, and he takes them up. He takes up a lot of trays.
Oh, nice.
All right. So.
Is she going to be sideways?
Well, she's going to be sideways.
Excuse me.
I suppose she's just going to have to be sideways.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that I can do about it. On my end.
You want me to turn my camera?
I don't know. Can you?
I mean,
on our end, we can't rotate it.
I don't want to make anyone do
Banana.
No, the other way.
The other way. I'm upside down now.
Yeah. Now you'll be right side up. There it is. There you go. I see Inspector Gadget. Is that Inspector Gadget? What is that? No, those are your hands. Oh my God, that looked like Inspector Gadget.
They are my hands, yeah. And be prepared for the nail comments, because they're coming.
Oh, I can see me.
Oh yeah, that's like...
How is that?
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
I think
I just got to remember where I'm at.
Why, George?
Good thing I can see in front of me.
All right, let's give it a look.
Oh, come on.
And then, Corey, will you pip yourself back in?
Oh, yes.
There you are.
All right, let's go for it. What are we doing?
Best time to get something dry in your mouth, in your throat.
Uh-oh. Oh, there she is.
Uh-oh. There we are.
Is she deciding?
Are we waiting for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just trying not to rush the creative process. I was just waiting with bated breath.
Can she hear me okay?
We were going to be. Oh, I guess we are starting with me. I'm the teacher here today. All right. Huh. All right, cool. You ready?
Yes.
You have your tombstone. You have your tombstone.
Grab the tombstone.
Starting already. Okay. This is the gesso. I usually keep it in a ginormous gallon, but I have a 10-foot work table, but I only have, how big is this glass medium at? 2 foot wide, but I only have like 6-inch workspace. So I put my gesso in a little Tupperware. All right. We are going to dry brush.
Okay.
We're going to start with the tombstone, and it's just a paper mache tombstone box. But I had prepped it with some Finnabair paper texture paste to give it that like stony look, and then covered it with some black acrylic paint.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You're really small, so I can kind of see what you're doing, but I can't see what you're doing. So I'm going to trust your word.
I'm just following along with you.
Okay. All right. A little bit of paint, a little bit. Scrape it off. You got your paper towel?
And a paper towel?
Oh, you never got
water,
did you?
You don't need water. We're going to get messy.
All right, I'll get water.
There should be some in this little container here in the bar.
Okay.
So I'm putting a little bit of gesso on my brush, and then
we're going to wipe it off.
And we're going to wipe it off.
Yep. You're going to wipe it off on the paper towel.
Seems counterintuitive. Okay.
Okay. And then we're just going to really, I have too much on this. We're just going to lightly, real light, brush it on the edges. Just so it picks up on the raised edges of that texture piece that we have on there to give it that stone look. And if you feel like you're not getting enough, you can dip in brush off again, and go back in for some more. And don't worry if you feel like you got too much on. That's why we have the black paint. We can always cover it up.
Okay.
And now, the reason I sent you gesso instead of white acrylic paint is because gesso looks very vibrant and it looks very white and bright. But when it dries a lot more muted than when you first put it on. So it's going to look a lot lighter than when you first put it down. And it's really a matter of preference. You know, you can put as little or as much as you want on. If you want, you can add more towards the top of your stone. And if you really want to have fun, get your fingers in there and just like drag it down. My best part of creating, my favorite part of creating is getting messy.
It's getting messy.
Yeah.
Did you blow it up without me?
I didn't.
What? Where do you want this?
Holy,
Behind
that's a lot of water, babe.
She said messy.
You're expecting a...
All
Thank
right.
you.
Maybe
Thank
I'll
you.
take this ridiculousness elsewhere.
It's just a lot, but it's good. It's handy.
I heard messy.
Okay.
I assume that meant like, glitter will be nearby.
We have moss, I think, today, which is just as bad as glitter.
Moss is just as bad as glitter.
Yeah.
I agree. That was maybe we might add moss, maybe we won't.
I don't know
We'll
if I
see.
would mind moss as much as glitter.
Like the stringy moss that I sent you isn't going to be nearly as bad as the other stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that they put on, like a lot of your flower arrangement type goodies, the faux
Yeah.
moss, that's on everything in the floral department. I think we breathe it in when we go into the floral department aisle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah, that it's like I don't even know what it is. We're breathing it in.
And it like gets stuck in your nostril hairs, I swear it does.
I feel like I'm being really ginger.
Hey, where's your remote for this monitor?
You're being ginger
Mm-hmm.
because you want to, or because you don't.
Probably because I have a fear of messing it up.
But again, we have the black. So if you put too much on, like I think I put too much in this corner, so I might go in then and cover it up with a little black. But I'm not sure yet. And you can go in all directions. You don't have to just go up and down, because stone isn't just one direction. Do you know what I mean? So if you go side to side, if you go in a swirly, there's no real...
All right, I'm putting my fingers in it.
Well, I mean, if you would have waited a second, Tiffany would have probably paid you for it. Because she said, where do we donate to get Corin to use her fingers?
Don't worry, Tiffany.
You know what? If you don't learn anything else from me, please understand, do not give away what you can sell.
That just seems
She
ridiculous
will have her
to
hands
me.
dirty by the end of the show.
But I'm
Don't
happy
you
to
worry.
get my fingers dirty.
Oh my gosh.
Hers looks more tombstone-y than mine. Oh!
Tim, is
More-
there any way you could make Corin's picture big so I can see hers for a
I
second?
can't hear her very well.
Right.
If she tell her to talk loudly. Nelly, talk like me.
No. She doesn't need to scream. Because her gain on the broadcast is fine. It's you that can't hear her.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Please annoy everyone else for my benefit.
It's the life of an engineer, I think.
I think you could probably show people my project at some point too.
Your what?
My
Oh.
tombstone.
We can do that right now.
Tombstone. You're not coughing.
Not a coffin. It definitely looks like an artist made this tombstone.
Like, chiseled it?
Out of what?
Soap. She rubbed some soap all over it. She was trying to clean it up.
It rubs the lotion on the skin.
You see how hard it is to hear her?
I understand. Look, I'm deaf to begin with, so believe me, I understand. You just gotta give me a second. I gotta change configurations. I'm trying not to drop out the audio for everybody that's watching so that you can hear. I'm really trying not to inconvenience everybody for your benefit. So if you could just be patient.
Corin, I'm going to give you a tip. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a baby wipe handy?
Yes, go ahead.
Grab a baby wipe.
I could grab a
Grab a
paper
baby
towel.
wipe. Oh, well.
I refuse to buy baby wipes now.
Okay. Grab a wet paper towel.
Wet paper
Dip
towel.
it in that big
Oh,
jug
I'm sorry.
of
Am I
water
supposed to hand you that
Tim
too?
brought you.
All right, she's getting a wet paper towel. What else are you fishing? Not feedback. Feedback bad.
It's so nice to see all my girls here. I appreciate you all. And everyone knew it's nice to meet you all.
It doesn't seem to be doing anything.
I can't see what you're doing.
I want a bigger brush.
Tim left me hanging.
Okay, so.
Yeah. That's better.
I love it because so there's a lag, obviously, from our audio to what I'm watching, and I hear like what you're saying, but I can't see what you're doing. So when you go, yeah, like what
I think.
doing? I want to know what she's doing that she's so excited about.
I think that it just gives a sense of surprise when you do finally see.
Right?
Alright, I am like teetering on getting you. This is about as good as I can do with balancing the gains out from where I am.
So this is my soap. Tombstone.
All right. You have your wet paper towel?
Over here. How do you sit over here?
Now that I can see you.
You will in a few minutes. Whenever the lag catches up. Yeah, you can
It's
see
up
it.
now. Yep. So ball it up.
Uh-huh.
And wipe it. Like, wipe it.
I don't think I'm using enough paint because this technique doesn't do anything. Ah!
Is it working?
It is hot over here. Why'd you have to bring it over here?
I'm gonna go sit back in my hole. Fix your own problem. You gotta blame me for it. I do have an issue though. Like, I can't find your thingy.
What thingy?
The cursor, and like your laptop is like jacked up right now.
No. I knew we were gonna have some problems.
Alright, I'll do that then.
This is just one.
Okay.
All right. Do you want it as white as you have it, or do you want it darker?
Maybe we should add some black.
Decisions.
Okay. So get your black out. We're not going to be afraid. We're going to do it.
I have. Okay, this is gonna look really weird, but I promise I have multiple pants on. Because it's usually not warm down here.
It is unbelievably hot down here. I don't understand what's happening. And, you know what? You're on your own with this thing. I can't quite.
Okay.
You have a little brush.
Here, I'll take your pants with me.
Thank you. They're a little sweaty. Okay, where am I brushing now? Just where I want it to be darker?
Yes, but after you dip it in the black,
I
wipe
did that.
almost all of it off on the paper towel,
Uh-huh.
and then brush it over.
Yeah. I see.
That's dry.
And it adds to the I guess the gray look of the tombstone.
Yep. I'll add some to mine. Oh, that's a bit much, Nelly. Oh, lovely. See?
I have multiple
Then I'll
shirts
just-
too.
Oh, man.
But I don't think it's that bad. Now that you left.
Oh, is that what it is?
You're hot, baby.
I brought the heat.
You brought the heat.
Brought the heat.
I also started this fan. That could be it.
Oh.
I don't want to burst your bubble.
You remove the heat.
So if we're taking way too long to color the front of this, tell me.
Yeah, and we can move on.
Okay, you just tell me when we need to move on to the next thing because I can do this all day.
All right. Whenever you're comfortable with
I mean,
how
she just
you're.
took her pants off. Live on YouTube.
Well,
What do you think she's worried about?
I don't think she's uncomfortable.
She's
Whatever
already
you're
overcome
comfortable
what's
with
made
the
her
color.
uncomfortable. I can assure you.
Add a little too.
What's going on in the chat? Anything?
Well, they all seem to think that it was pretty funny that you took your pants off.
Well, I'm glad I could.
Frankly, I think it's funny also.
And I have multiple shirts, but
I'm ready.
I'm not there. I'm not there yet.
Why is it that every time, like, we don't see these kids all day long?
And when
You
we
need
go live,
1
they have to make
hour
noise.
at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night to go live. All of a sudden, they decide that it's time to eat and do their chores and
Put things
exercise.
in the
And
microwave. Yep.
Jump on the trampoline upstairs.
Oh yeah. I was filming Friday, and I told all of them, please stay upstairs. Make it easier for me.
Did it
Because
work?
this camera is mounted to the floor. So when you walk on it, it
well, that
you
sounds
know,
weird.
jostles the camera. Huh?
So, well, that sounds weird.
At least it's not making the lens out of focus like it was before.
The good old
That
days.
was fun. I would have
Oh,
to
the good old
refocus the lens every time somebody ran across the dining room floor. Good old days. That was like last week.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
Thursday.
Actually, it was like a month ago because it's been taking us really long time to get this stuff together. All right. What am I looking for
Are you-
here? Am I looking for tombstone perfection?
Give me that one back.
This one?
Are you?
No.
This one's
Or
the
are
one
you
for the
happy
TV.
with what your tombstone looks like? Okay, then let's put the tombstone aside.
What did she
And
say?
work on.
I didn't hear it because I was
You were
I was-
making noise.
prancing.
Repeat yourself, Nellie.
If you're happy with how your tombstone is, we can move on to our embellishments.
If you're happy with it, you can move on. Are you happy with it? Are you happy and you know it?
I don't know.
Clap
Clap your hands.
Yeah, even after, you can always come back to it. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Even after when we're done assembling it, if you want to add more to it, you always can.
We could have the softest of soft close microwave doors, and our teenage children would body slam them into submission at 2 o'clock in the morning. I promise you.
We do not even have a microwave that I think I went on Facebook and found the cheapest. Yeah, like I had an over-the-range. This is my brain. Welcome to my neuroses, okay? When we moved in here, I made Tim knock down some walls and take out some cabinets because, you know, I had too many cabinets. So I had him take out cabinets and take down walls because I didn't want it to be separate rooms. So in doing that, I lost the over-the-range microwave. So I went to Facebook and I was so excited about losing the wall, of having the open space, that I just bought like a $10 microwave, and that's what we've had for like
4 years.
Yeah, a long time. Somebody's used $10 microwave from Facebook.
And the thought of replacing them with any, you know, appropriate...
The children.
They're horrible people.
They don't treat my things nice. So I tried to buy them crap.
You will live in abject squalor until you move out.
You'll have nice things when you leave this place.
All right, hey, are you happy with your tombstone?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah? Okay. So then let's
I think she was waiting for you.
That's all right. Get your letters out. We'll work on those next.
Can you hear her at all better?
Nope.
Not even a little bit?
What'd she say?
She said get your letters out, and you got your letters out.
What did you do? I think you made it worse.
It's impossible.
All right, back with the gesso. And I just keep using the same brush.
So I'm painting my black letters with the gesso to kind of match the tone of the tombstone.
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very, very lightly touch it with the white. Even if it's just, you know, dragging it from the top or from the edges. Just barely touching it. You know, you brushed off as much as you could onto your paper towel and dry brushing it on, just so it gives it that stone look. It's obviously not going to be an exact match to the tombstone coffin thing that we're working on. But just to give it enough so it's not just a solid black letter and it looks like stone-ish.
Francie just said, I tune in and the first thing I hear is, are you happy with your tombstone?
At least she said tombstone and not coffin.
Yes,
that's because I said
she's
tombstone.
better than us. If you come to my channel, you might hear that more often than not.
Although, I think it's awesome that it's a tombstone. I can't wait to put it out for people to see. This will be like my first decoration of the season.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, it is, really.
Yeah, I had a note to like find the Halloween decorations.
The what?
Yeah.
He's like,
see, I have to make Halloween videos far before Halloween actually starts. Okay,
right.
That's the life of... Okay, and this kind of pertains to the discussion question we have, what it's like to be on a design team. Ooh. I almost cursed, but I stopped myself. Proud. Okay, so, but when you're on a design team, you have to plan things so far in advance. So you're making Halloween cards, you know, in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, sometimes it's difficult for people to be inspired to create out of season like that.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Nellie?
I mean, well, when it comes to Halloween, I can create any time of the year, but it is for any holiday or any season. If I have to do something that is out of season, it is a little more difficult because Especially like Christmases in July type thing. Um, if it's 95 degrees outside and I have to make a winter themed project for a team, I really, not that I mean, obviously I do it, but I have a harder time getting into it, if that makes sense. Um, because it's not that time of year. Um, I don't know, but you're right. You do have to plan your project so far in advance, and your schedule is packed.
Yeah, well,
Definitely packed, especially if you're on more than one team.
did I not talk?
Oh,
Now
shaky,
we can hear
shaky.
you.
We're adjusting levels and stuff over here, so if it's a bit weird and awkward, it is. It's exactly what's happening. We're trying to get used to things. So,
There's a lot of change.
but hopefully, it'll get better moving forward. Maybe. There's a chance.
Let's hope, yes.
Maybe.
Maybe not,
Can you
Maybe
hear
but
me
let's
now?
hope. Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Can I hear her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nellie, say something.
Can you hear me?
Turn it up a little bit. Can you do it more? Do it again?
Can you hear me?
Yes. 18.
Okay.
18.
Try that. See?
Look at you with your dry brush technique. I like that. You're like, it looks great.
It looks like a soapstone.
I like what you're doing it good.
Oh.
Not that there's a real
Technique.
right and wrong way, but it
Well,
looks
honestly,
good.
this is the first time I'm dry brushing anything. Typically, I
See,
like
you're
the wet
doing
brush.
good.
You know what? I'm not touching that.
Man, that fan feels great.
Oh my goodness.
You know what we don't have over here? A
What?
fan.
I think I do have one over in that workstation, but it's one of those little battery operated ones that I stole from the hospital.
Oh yeah, you did make off with a few of those, didn't you?
Yeah, those were fun. Well, I had a few kids. I think I grabbed one with Hayden and then another one with Dex. I didn't make off with a whole lot with Kaylin because I was a new mom and I didn't understand that you should rob the hospital of their supplies.
I'm pretty sure that's not what they
not
tell you
like
you're
anything
supposed to do.
expensive, but like those diapers on that.
I mean, it
thing.
happens.
No, to be fair, anything that's open has to get
It
That was
gets
the-
thrown away anyways.
Right?
There's
I'm
no
not
sense in it going
suggesting
to waste.
anything of value.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a few of those formula containers.
Well, that
Yeah.
guy next to me had a really nice watch.
That's terrible.
Oh my god.
Like it?
I really like the
Ay, ay, ay.
me on me picture in picture.
Oh, well, that is about as redundant as it comes. Well, I don't control the picture in picture, right?
Well, I just turned it on so that,
Here. Well,
you know.
there we go.
Does anyone like the picture in picture? I think it's too small.
I
And I
can't
can't figure out
yeah.
how to adjust it.
We haven't been able to work that through yet. Deborah got here late.
All right.
She has missed
Are you still dry
absolutely
brushing?
nothing but
I mean,
insanity.
I'm not done, but you can move on. We can move on.
No. Take your time. I'm not. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm terrible at
You're not.
actually doing things and talking at the same time. Is that a child at the top of the stairs?
Aren't there normally children under the stairs? Oh, I mean at the top of the stairs. Sorry, they're having a discussion about like horror movies, Stephen King and
Horror movies.
Oh,
Children Under the
what's your favorite
Stairs.
Stephen King movie.
My favorite Stephen King movie. Are you asking me?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask everyone. Everyone
Movie.
can answer. Answer in the live chat.
So I read Cujo when I was 8.
I never saw that one.
And I read It when I was 7. And I didn't understand all the words. But I knew that clowns freaked me out for the rest of my life.
I saw it when I was around 7. I don't know when that sucker came out, but it did ruin me for clowns. Like, my whole life. I watched that thing way too young.
Which one was that?
Weird. Kaylin and Dexter love to be scared.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it because I hate it. I hate being scared. I don't watch scary movies. It's me on me again.
I like
Your
scary
picture
movies.
on picture
Pet
again.
Sematary was one of my favorites.
Pet Sematary. In fact, I was going to say this, okay? Pet Sematary 2 with Edward Furlong. I loved that movie when I was younger. I don't know why.
Do you know what I remember about that movie? The dirt bike scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the only memorable moment about that movie that stands out in my head.
Yeah, Roberta doesn't do scary movies. I don't either, really.
Children of the...
was like, I guess because I was trying to watch all of Eddie Furlong's movies, which really didn't take me that
Listen,
long.
I kind of got the hots for him after that movie.
It was adorable. Now, not so much, I think.
Well, yeah, he did like that.
I'm less adorable, too.
Kim said Children of the Corn. Children of the Corn was great as far as just good old-fashioned creepy kid.
Yeah.
What was his name? Damien?
Yep.
See, I never watched the one with that everyone always references with Jack Nicholson where he's sticking his head through
The Shining?
The Shining.
The Shining.
Okay, so you're wrong for not watching that for every reason ever.
Under the sun.
I don't care. You have to watch that movie.
I actually have done artwork for the twins from The Shining. They're obviously a lot older now. Still just as short, but a lot older. I actually have done work for them. I met them at a horror convention that I did. And they're just the sweetest little old ladies ever.
Oh, I guess they are old ladies now.
Like old ladies. But they're so sweet.
How are we attaching these letters?
Okay, we're going to get there. We're going to put them aside, along with our coffee. Jeez.
Drink!
Yeah. Clink the glasses. All right, let's put them aside. Let's get our flowers out.
Malachi, that's right. That's what it was. It wasn't Damien, it was Malachi.
Malachi.
That's right.
All right. Now you're going to get dirty. You ready to get dirty?
What am I getting out?
I lied. We're not getting out flowers first. Get out these 2 embellishments. Can you see what I have?
Okay.
The flourish for up at the top and then the flourish for under the photo frame.
Got it.
And then you're going to get out your trusty little, what do you even want to call that thing? Container.
Okay.
And we're going to use the brushed iron. And all of these are resin pieces. These are all the resin pieces that I made with the Alumilite resin, my favorite. Mm-hmm. All right. So I have my big Finnabair container. You have the sample pack.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm touching it with my fingers.
Just a little bit. Just touch it.
Okay.
Real light.
I got it.
And then you're going to rub it off on your hand.
We're going to do the makeup swatch.
And we're going to get thrown off of YouTube.
We're going to keep it PG. I promise.
Okay.
Just rub it off on your hand.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to rub on the surface of the embellishment. Ooh, right? See, I should have sent you whole ones because you're going to be in love now.
Put that on the thing. See my picture-in-picture left. Isn't that weird?
It is a little strange. Maybe it's on a timer. I don't know. Put it back on. Because your pip's gone.
I should have this. Put it back on.
All right. Well, here. There's your down face. Hi.
And then you can always grab more off of your hand.
Yeah.
But if it feels like it's dry,
Uh-huh.
can you tell the difference from like when it's wet to when it's dry?
Yeah.
You can always go back in the pot and get some more.
It's
and do the
very,
same.
very eyeshadow like.
Yes.
Like a wet
creamy,
eyeshadow.
Wet eyeshadow.
Yeah.
And this is Tim, don't laugh. You got to smell it. Corey, smell your finger.
Oh, it smells
or your
amazing,
hand.
Actually. It smells
Does it
very...
not?
It reminds me of like a doll, like
it's
a
very...
toy doll.
Is it luster cream?
I have no idea what Finnabair uses in her products, in her waxes. But let me tell you, when I'm at any of my shows and I have a piece that I have created using waxes, that's one of my selling points. I'm like, go ahead, smell it. Just smell it. It smells amazing. And they're like, no, it's made from paint. I can't sniff that. And I'm like, no, trust me. You can smell it. And then they're like, oh my God, it looks amazing and it smells amazing too. And I'm like, yeah, so you want to buy it and take it home, right?
It's almost like a powdery smell, I guess.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to encourage you to keep up with the process. Like if I put the camera on you, you start to perform. When you're watching her, you're not doing anything.
I need to learn what she's doing. Hers looks very shiny.
It's because she continued to work on hers while you stopped and watched her.
Okay, well. Am I using the same color on the next piece?
On the bigger one, yes.
Okay.
We're going to do the brushed iron on these two. And with these waxes, a little bit goes a long way.
Uh-huh.
It's easier to add more than it is to take off when it comes to these waxes. Nicole's laughing at me. Tell her to smell it.
This is not the first thing I've been asked to smell on live YouTube.
Although it might be the first person who's actually asked you to smell your finger.
I know where my finger's been. I'm confident and okay with doing that.
See? I trusted you were.
Has your finger been with you all day today?
I would not smell your finger or Dexter's finger.
Look at that. Doesn't it look gorgeous?
Yes.
I'm looking at yours. It's beautiful. And it just went from... So I poured some of these with black resin, some with white resin.
Uh-huh.
These were poured with white resin into molds, and then I covered them with black gesso. And so we had some, a base to start with because, again, an hour wasn't going to cut it. And it's just as simple as a piece of a resin casting, some black paint, and some wax. And, I mean, you get these awesome embellishments.
So wait,
and
did I miss something? You make these yourself?
Yeah, she made this out of resin.
Yeah, I basically had to trade off me hearing her for you hearing her, so.
Oh.
No, it's fine. You need to hear her. I don't. Yeah, no. It's perfectly fine. I don't really need to be hearing things.
We'll figure it out. We'll fix it.
But no, I didn't realize that she was making this. That's really cool.
Do you want to put mine
Yeah,
down?
I make them, I pour resin into molds, cast them, and they usually come out, depends on what resin I use. I have clear resins, white resin, black resin. I am an affiliate for Alumalite, which is an awesome resin company. And they have a whole mess, like a whole line of different types of resins to use. Quick cures, deep core resins, long cures. And then that's a whole nother. That was last month's show, wasn't it? Resin?
Resin.
Did you guys do resin last month?
Poured resin to make a tumbler.
Yeah. See, and then resin can be used in a million different ways. Like the girl you had on, she was doing tumblers.
Yeah.
And these are made from the same thing.
Yeah. I love it. So,
All right.
and now that they're all like starting to match and be cohesive with the tombstone. I like this.
Yes. So you can clean your hand off if you want, or don't if you don't want to. I tend to always use my
I
middle
might need
finger
some
for,
oil.
I don't know, whatever reason.
Some Baltimore oil.
That's Baltimore for oil.
More Earl.
Some oil.
How about some
All right.
water?
Oh, thank you for that water.
I got it from the zinc. I can do Baltimore all day.
Oh, I know. We both can. It's terrible.
All right,
Balmer.
now we're going to go
Thank
to,
you.
Merlin.
excuse me, we're going to do the bat and the picture frame.
Okay.
And we're going to use the vintage gold.
Vintage gold.
And the only reason we're doing it in this order is because of color. We're kind of going lightest to darkest just in case the wax is mixed.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it really doesn't matter if they do, but, you know, just in case.
This one brushed iron wax wants to stay open, so the only thing about this container is this one triangle is broken, so it won't close, but I'm keep putting this tape on there, but I'm afraid that it's going to dry up.
Well, when we're done, it'll be fine until we're done. It'll be fine until we're done streaming. That's for sure.
So now we're doing the same thing with the picture frame with the gold, with my finger, right?
Yep. And the bat. Get a little on your finger, wipe it off,
Do the swatch.
and then just
Wow.
lightly touching. And now a
That
lot of
is
times you
neat.
can do this when you're doing assemblage. You can attach all these things directly to your substrate. For us, it would be the tombstone, and then go in and do the wax.
Uh-huh.
But I thought for teaching you, I thought it would be better if we did all the pieces individually and then assemble it together. Instead of trying to, plus I have fat fingers and long nails, so it's hard for me to like get in there.
How much do you have to really get in there? I mean, I guess if you really wanted to get in all of the cracks and crevices, you could use like a Q-tip.
Well, I do use a paintbrush. If I do a piece that's already assembled before putting waxes over top, then I will, like if I have to kind of get underneath a piece that's still showing, but I still have to get to it, I'll use a paintbrush. Just to basically dry brush with the wax when I need to.
And tell us how you assembled this guy or yours, and because I know you told me earlier.
Oh, the pictures?
Yeah.
They were resin castings, again, like these guys. And the pictures are Tim Holtz. I want to call them cabinet cards. They look like tarot cards. And of course I put them away. I never put anything away in my studio, but of course those I put away. I think they're called, they're found, Tim Holtz Found Relatives.
Found Relatives.
And I just, yes. And I think scrapbook.com might still carry them. I know they used to, but they're a little bit older. So I think they're from last year. So I don't know if they have them this year or not.
Does a brush change the texture, or can you use a brush at all? There's a question from Francie.
No, as long as you're just touching the raised surfaces, just like we're doing with our fingers, as long as you're just touching the raised surfaces with the brush, you'll get the exact same effect.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
All right.
You could easily use more wax and get brush strokes if that's what you want. If you want to add texture, you could certainly do that.
Yeah.
It builds up.
Right. I think with using your finger on these pieces, it kind of makes it smooth. You know, like it works it in.
Makes it look
the wax. And
makes it
really
look burnished instead of.
Yeah. I think if you were using a brush, you could use more wax and get texture in there if you'd like. But I think it's all personal preference. But I think it's a great medium. I've never used it, so I think it's neat.
They are really neat. Like, say you wanted to color this whole frame in this gold wax, and you didn't want any of the black showing. You wanted just strictly gold. You could take your paintbrush and get in all those little nooks and crannies with the wax in your
What's the
with your
benefit
paintbrush.
of doing that versus just spray painting it, I guess, like gold? I mean, you want that layer, that color layer underneath, you know?
That's what I prefer. I mean, I prefer to have, because I like distressed look. I like not necessarily a vintage, but just distressed. It looks not dirty, but grungy and distressed. You know, it looks old. But if somebody did want just a solid, they could. I think the waxes are so vibrant that you would get a big difference between just spray painting or using acrylic paint as opposed to using the wax. It has a different finish. It has a completely different finish than paints. Corey, did you do your bat?
Did she just say, did I do my bat?
That's right.
Your bat.
Do I have
your
a
little
bat?
You should have a bat. You should pay it. All right, so look.
Look, I admit to a lot of things, but I don't see a bat.
You are bat poop.
You need to check the box.
Check the box. Where's the box?
Oh, is it in here? It's in here.
Oh, it's in your little
Ta-da!
your little MacGyver kit.
I'm doing it now.
Is that the place that's like marked bat on the lid?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that would
imagine that. Because I was pretty sure I saw that earlier.
I'm in action. I do things sometimes abruptly without reading.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Sometimes I just do them in color order. Alright, so my bat is gold too now.
Because the bat eventually, when we assemble, and you'll notice one thing, I can't pick up anything with my nails, so I have wonderful reverse tweezers.
So this guy is going to go on top of this other piece.
Yep, the flourish for up top. And then the frame is going to go on top of this one.
And the frame goes on top of this. Okay.
Okay. Now onto our roses. And you might have a couple more roses. Now? Not yet. We'll wax everything and then glue everything one together.
Gotcha.
At the same time.
Roses.
Roses. Oh, and we have two different reds. I forgot about that.
I see.
So we have the lava red, which is from Inca Gold from Viva. And then we have the fire ruby from Finnabair.
Yeah, so lava red or fire ruby. Am I supposed to use them both, like combined?
You can use whatever your heart desires. You can try one. You can try them both. You can try them together on the same flower. I'm going to put mine together. So I'm going to put the lava red in the middle of my flower. Excuse me. And then I'm going to take the fire ruby and go around the outside.
Did you happen to mention to either of the boys that you were doing the live this afternoon?
I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did.
Because there's a stomper right above me.
He doesn't remember when I talked to him. He's almost 17.
Not that one. The one who's almost 7.
Oh. Well, he can't be quiet. He doesn't have the ability.
And not the little flowers because, again, I can't hold on to anything. I'm just going to use the fire ruby. I'm not going to get fancy with those. And then I think with the roses, I want a little more red to show than what my fingers can get into. So I'm going to get a small flat brush. And so this can show everyone how you can use a brush.
Oh, a small flat brush.
Yeah, Tiffany said that she uses a small flat brush.
Mm-hmm. You can use whatever kind of brush you have, really.
You should have told her that before she threw the last one.
See, what she has works. And then just like we dry brushed the coffin. Oh my gosh. That thing, the tombstone.
I'm also using
you just
these...
really...
What type of brush should you use with these waxes? Because like this lava red is a little bit drier.
Yes.
And
it's not as creamier as the Finnabair paints. When I use a brush with the Inca Golds, I spray the pot. I spray the wax with water. And then it makes it a little more fluid, a little more softer to work with. Because it's not as soft as the Finnabair wax is.
It takes deep concentration.
Well, I'm more or less laughing at the fact that you guys are just painting yourselves. And so much more of it is going on you than is ending up on your project. I find that funny.
Who knew this was a body painting? Craft.
But I'm loving
our
painting
hands
this
are
rose.
our palettes.
What does hers look like? Put her back on the screen.
Put her back up.
So I can see hers. Yeah, they're similar.
Yeah, they are.
I think this brush is stinky. I'm using like some Crayola brush.
Why?
That's all right. That's all right.
I don't have any good brushes for this.
I don't use my good brushes on these.
Yeah, like I'm not going to use my watercolor brushes, so I've got to use something else that I'm not going to reach for.
Ever again?
Well, not ever again, but like maybe something that I'll keep for the heavier mediums.
And I'm terrible at washing my brushes. So I tend to...
I need to access water. Like, I'm complaining about not having water down here, which is not like a real problem. But when you have messier projects, it does take it, especially when you're walking upstairs to wash your stuff.
Yeah, it makes you not want to.
Yeah.
Or,
it makes it harder.
I'll just leave it till tomorrow. I'll come back down for it.
And I never do that. Like, I never leave stuff sitting out unless I have to because it needs to dry.
Yeah. I'm bad with my brushes. I always have been, though. I don't know why. Ever since I was an acrylic painter, I was... But I use this. I always keep it on my workstation. It's the Masters Brush Cleaner by B&J. I've used this stuff for years and years and years and years. I have had brushes where it's like, I mean, obviously you can see I've used it, but you can have had brushes sitting for months with acrylic paint
Months?
on them that have been dried up. Yeah. And you
Wow.
soak it in that for a couple days, and then you can peel the paint right off.
Huh.
It's like magic. Yeah.
I
And it's
have
so
like a
much
little
better.
plastic bar mat over here that I use for things to dry, like empty water cups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I put I don't know what I was using, paint thinner, something,
Yeah.
melted the silicone, so now it's melted.
Oh,
I melted it.
yeah.
But I actually had brush cleaners sent to me by accident, like sometime last year, because
It
I
was a
just use
big
soap
old
and
thing of
water.
it too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a big jug of brush cleaner, and I told them, I was like, you accidentally sent me this, and they were like, well, it's yours now.
Yeah,
Um,
right?
and I still have not yet used the brush cleaner, because
Oh my
really I
gosh.
just use soap and water, like Dawn. That's what
Yeah.
I.
Kim said you could use the micro brushes.
Yeah, the micro brushes would get in there real good.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get in there real good.
Real good.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
job, Kim.
See, the micro brush. Oh, I lost my. See, I told this computer not to go to sleep, and it didn't listen. Just like every damn thing else in this house. So the Inca Gold is definitely like a different consistency than the Finnabar stuff.
Yes. Inca Gold has been around for, gosh, I couldn't even tell you how many years. Easily 10 years, 15 years. Finnabare's waxes are fairly new. Inca Gold might have been even been out a lot longer than that. But I like them both. I really do.
Okay. I have some painted flowers.
All
Mine
right.
are not
Are you ready to
as
start
red
assembling?
as yours. Mine do not look as good.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Hold it still for real quick. Part of this is testing the camera, but
Oh, you zooming in?
yeah.
Well, we're probably see right there it looks okay, but I don't know.
Anyway,
I think I want to get that adapter.
the adapter's been ordered. It's coming.
Boom.
It's coming.
And my hands are nice and dirty.
Of
I
course.
have succeeded. So take that, Tiffany.
Right?
Okay. Now what?
All right. Now we're going to start piecing all this goodness together.
Okay.
And I have to bring up my picture that I sent you because I forgot how we put it together. All right, let's start with. Dun, dun, dun. We're just going to put it how we thought it was going to look.
Okay.
And then we'll get out that way. Nope, it's upside down.
Ooh, that fits perfectly. Okay.
Letters. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, the letters, where's my silver? Let's add some
I didn't do
of
this
that.
one. Was I supposed to do this one?
You can do it however you want. In all honesty, do it however you want. I kind of like it like that.
I'm trying not to get red on everything. Good night, Roberta.
Good night, Roberta. I was going to add some brushed iron wax to the letters, but it doesn't make a difference, so just ignore me right there. See, I like the way you have that set up.
We're gonna have like BFF tombstones. I'll have the he and you'll have the she.
Uh-huh.
All right. So once we have like an idea of how we want to arrange this, what do we start with?
I personally start from my focal point, which would be the middle. Now, you can do one of two things. Mm-hmm. You can use the Fabri-Tac. You could use the matte medium that I sent you, the matte gel medium I sent you.
Uh-huh.
To adhere it. You can use your hot glue gun. You can use whatever you would like to adhere it. Yeah, and I even sent some extra goodies, I think. Like little spiders and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, ooh, what else can I glue to this thing?
What else can I put on there? So I'm going to use a mixture of Fabri-Tac, adhesive, and 3D matte gel. Best bet for using the matte gel would be the back of your paintbrush or a palette knife, but like a cheap palette knife.
How about this paintbrush that is just asking to die?
Yeah, that works.
Hold up.
This thing has seen better days. This paintbrush.
And you can put it on thick or thin. It doesn't have to be. These pieces aren't super, super heavy. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to.
So normally, how long would it take for this to completely dry?
By the morning. I mean, at the time of night we're at now, by the morning, it'll be set. For sure.
Popsicle sticks.
Popsicle sticks, yep.
I don't get it.
Only.
What did I miss?
Yeah, Nicole uses popsicle sticks for her matte gel.
I to dish it out. I do have those. I have the thicker ones, though.
Yeah.
Tongue depressors?
Tongue depressors is what I call
them. That is not a popsicle stick, my love.
I have a whole cup full of freaking
Yeah, she's got some too.
That's why I didn't grab them. It's like, oh, I can't tell her popsicle sticks and then bring out these honking boys. Like,
Nicole says to use more gel. Is that for Corey?
Probably me.
She said, Nellie, tell her to use more gel. So, Corey, use more gel.
I need to use more gel.
Okay, I can't see her screen.
It's hard, yeah.
Tell her, say I cannot teach the class and watch the students at the same time.
Nicole's like she's my backup dancer today. I love it.
She's the wingman.
Yes. Nicole is awesome. I'm a Fabri-Tac junkie. I don't know why I'm in love with this adhesive. I've been using it for years.
Now I'm getting just jiggy with the adhesive. It's getting everywhere.
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
But it does dry matte, which, we have a matte finish on pretty much everything except for the wax. Mm-hmm. So it's not gonna be ugly if it oozes out. Yes, like Nicole said, don't make it thin. A glob is what you want.
A blob.
A
Glob.
glob.
Give me
A
the
glob.
blob.
Which is really counterintuitive, actually, because most things are a dabble do ya kind of. Anybody else see who throw that? Anybody else? Huh?
That'll do you.
Huh?
There we go. Then I want to do this one up here. Blob.
And then if it does ooze out, just, get something and scrape it
It'll
off.
add to the gory effect of the tombstone.
Yep.
What other
then,
Halloween type things do you enjoy doing besides scary movies or books?
I like going trick or treating.
I love trick or treating.
Not myself, but I was just saying to my husband tonight, so we had just put out our Halloween decorations, and of course I drove everyone in the house mad because I'm like, no, not like that. The cobwebs don't go like that. That's not where you hang the spiders, and the upside down skeleton has to go this way, and I said, now that the kids because our kids are in their late teens and 20s, and obviously now with COVID, nobody's really doing trick-or-treating, but
I'm gonna
our
see
neighborhood.
I'm gonna see who in the neighborhood is available. Like, I think if you've been sick recently, then don't give out candy.
Yeah. So our neighborhood doesn't. There's only 10 houses on our block. So it's not a very popular block for trick-or-treating. There's more developments around us, so everyone would always go to the developments, which
we're in the same way.
I get it. That's where we would take our kids because it was less walking.
Well, we're right outside of the development. The community is just right down the street.
Yeah.
So, we just walk back there.
They barely tolerate us trespassing down there.
Because we're not in
They're
the
like,
community
so
association.
where do you live again? Oh, you're not in the association? Nope.
Right. No, sorry.
Tim cannot be in a community where there is an association.
No. No.
Okay. So there's that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure every time they drive down the street and they see our boat in the side yard.
Next to the sinkhole.
Yeah.
Next to the sinkhole. Yeah. That,
So I was just saying to him, I wish we lived in a neighborhood, I guess, that was, I don't know, I'd be that crazy old lady who was sitting on the porch giving out the best freaking Halloween candy and dressing up like a crazy old witch and having the fog going on. I mean, because that's what my porch looks like to begin with.
Now, there are people back in the community that don't care, that welcome us with open arms. So that's why we continue to do it year after year.
Yeah.
So there's one lady who goes all out. We call her, what does she dress up like?
Elvira.
Elvira.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And she full puts
on. Fog machine outside of her house. She gives out full-size candy bars.
Yep.
She is the queen of Halloween in our community, okay? Hands down.
Yeah, she really does it well.
And so she just loves seeing the kids year after year. Even though she's been trying to sell her house since we moved in. I don't think she wants to stay.
I don't know. She's asking $1 million for a house. I think she wants to stay.
I mean, it's a nice house.
Yeah, right. She's really
it's not worth $1 million.
And then there's a couple other people that make block parties out of it. So there's fire pit and come and
those are the ones that want us to come and hang out.
Yeah. So and those are the people that we enjoy hanging out with anyway. So
yeah.
Kim gave us a good point. She did say that there's no roosters in the association. But
I have a theory about the rooster. If those of you who don't know, our neighbors across the street from us have recently obtained a rooster. Do they have chickens? No.
Yeah.
There's no other animals, in fact, because they used to have a dog. They used to have a little dog that used to chase after my kids when they were standing at the bus at the end of the driveway. And then...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad. Like, I went across the street, like, determined that I was going to kill this little dog.
Well, we actually placed weapons strategically throughout the driveway, like down the driveway at each tree. It was like, here's an iron piece of pipe, here's a baseball bat, here's a, and yeah.
If you feel like this dog is going to attack you, defend yourself.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't seen the dog.
No, dog's gone.
So I stopped asking questions about the dog.
The dog moved on.
But now there's a rooster, and he doesn't. He's never woken me up.
He got me the
But
other
he
morning.
crows all day, every day.
Oh.
There's no time where he doesn't cock-a-doodle-doo.
And it's okay in the association for...
We don't have
We
one.
are not in the association. We're just outside of the pretty community.
I thought it was part of that
no.
neighborhood.
Nope. We're in the people can tolerate Tim area. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
The spot that, I need to have some space and some breathing room and,
So,
asking somebody what color I can paint my things or what color I can make my roof or
I should
shutters
have
or
done the
siding.
sides.
Yeah.
I didn't do the sides.
That's okay. You can always go back and do them.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do that. But I want to glue these on here.
What are you going to put on? The spiders?
Is that really piratey?
It's a maybe a little piratey, I suppose. If you have a blunderbuss, that'd be better.
What?
Like a blunderbuss, like a
I think I need more goo on
Oh,
this
the
one.
bones?
more goo.
You know where the bones would look cool? Right here. On the... Oh, look, right there. Yes. Like an X.
Yeah.
Like a...
Is that like really piratey?
No. Is it gonna make you happy?
I don't know. Is piratey an adjective that's a good thing for you or a bad thing for you? I mean, piratey is
Do you
very
like
subjective.
I have been
Art
watching
in itself
Pirates
is
of the
subjective.
Caribbean all week. Like, I put it on as background noise, but I've totally been loving every minute.
What else did I send you, Corey?
You sent me spiders?
Bones.
I have
I
spiders.
have a feeling we're not going to play with the moss today because that's just, as bad as glitter.
So,
like the
we
herpes
didn't
of the
talk
craft
about,
world.
like, design team stuff very much. Do you want to talk about that more? Like, what do
We
people
can.
have... In my opinion, design teams are, they're in short supply, so they need to take a few people out of a group of a whole lot of people that want to be on the team. So there's that. So and I don't like being in competition like that with art. I don't know, it's just unsettling with me because I think there are no bad cards, but in order to promote a product, you have to have quality. You have to have a good photograph. You have to have not blurry stuff. Your stuff has to be not blurry, well lit, and and the nicer the project or the well composed the project, the better composed the project is, the better chance you have of impressing yourself upon other people. So design teams are just that way. You want to put out the best product that you can, show them the best you that you can be. And therefore, when you sign up either a design team call, which happens, you apply to be on a design team, or you get asked to be on a design team. Sometimes companies, a lot of the bigger companies and all of the companies that pay you will ask you to join the design team. They don't really do calls.
A call.
I enjoy being on design teams. It's a little bit difficult because you have to work with the product that they send you. You don't get to pick.
Hang on 1 second. I don't want to let you get too far forward.
Sure.
Well, the one thing that I would probably say to anybody, and I've watched you kind of cycle through several design teams, throughout the years. And probably the one thing that I would say would be for people to treat it just like a job interview. Don't do it any differently. Put the thought into it. Think about your questions. Think about your design. Think about your layout. Think about your presentation. Think about, you got one opportunity to put out your art or your design work or whatever it is. Treat it with the respect that it should have. And if you go ahead and you lay it out there and you do everything you can, it's either going to be right for that company or not. But and the old coach in me is like, leave it all in the field, kind of thing. But it's really the way that it is. Really is. You approach it with the respect that it deserves, and take the time to think about the lighting for your photograph. Take the time to think about how you're going to lay it out in the design work, and if you put in a half-assed effort, you're going to get the half-assed result. That's it.
You can't say ASS.
I think you can. A half donkey? May I amend that to half donkey? You can't do half donkey. No half donkeys.
And really, it's okay when someone turns you down. Like, don't get mad. Don't get upset if you don't get... I have been turned down several times. I get turned down a lot. I still get turned down to this day. There's companies that I'd like to work with that...
Not by me, baby.
Well, thank you. But it's just facts. It's just, and sometimes your personality, like I have a very exposed personality. Is that a good way to...
No.
Okay.
You actually don't. You're actually relatively reserved. I mean, you have a very, I think you have a relatively good control on what everybody gets a chance to see.
Yes.
You're a good filter. You're Irish. The fact that we've gone through 9...
I'm just glad all of this is on video now. Double.
The fact that we've gone through 9 episodes this year and you haven't cussed once. I mean...
I almost did with this episode. And it's been 2 years we've been doing this.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've been doing lives pretty on a relatively regular. I'm just saying, I just want to give you credit because I know it's hard, right? It's hard.
Did I bring that out in you?
You make it comfortable. Really.
Well, I'm glad.
And I live my life every day using all the words that I have in my vocabulary. And unfortunately, some of them are viewed as
4 letters. Let's just call them the 4-letter words.
Negative.
Yeah.
There's a negative connotation.
They have an offensive connotation, perhaps.
And I'm married to a construction worker, and my father was a construction worker, and my grandfather was a construction worker. So, I've gone. If you watch my videotapes of me as a child, my Baltimorean accent was way worse.
Move, Brian.
Move, Brian. But so I've come a long way. You can't tell, but I have.
No, it's funny. Somebody, I think I can't remember. I think it was Karen Diaz said, Balmer, hun, how about them O's? And all I'm thinking like is going down the ocean, Going
down the ocean. And if I drink, it gets way worse. Like
Back
the Baltimore comes out with every sip of wine. More and more Baltimore just starts to ooze out. And then it's like a SHIT show.
Wait, can we spell curse words? Is that a way out of this or no? F-U... I mean,
no,
wait, no.
We've gone too far.
Man.
We've gone over the edge.
I was a bar owner for a long time, so cursing is like second nature.
Yeah, so, and that's kind of more to my point. The fact that we're all actually really doing a great job in filtering ourselves and putting out content that's palatable and acceptable and not getting us banned from any social media platforms is, I just wanted to call that out. I think it's remarkable.
Yeah. I'm really open, like on my channel. A lot of people, and I've seen YouTubers who I know in real life, and then I see them on their channels, and I'm like, you are so fake behind that camera.
Yeah, I'm not.
but
I'm
that's
not
but
fake.
that's
I
what
wouldn't.
works for them.
Anyone
For
that's
me,
Yeah, anyone that's
go
met
ahead.
me in the live chat, please speak up.
Oh yeah, no, like
Yeah.
I mean, Kim said you're an oversharer. You are. It's
Absolutely.
just in the method that I basically the information two-way street is wide open. You just have these like really great guide, like barriers on the side.
Because when you've had a hard life, there's nothing that's going to be worse than that, okay? So when you come from
I agree.
when you come from bad stuff,
I agree.
there's no embarrassment that you can put me through.
I agree.
So, I mean, it just comes from hard times, I think.
Yep.
But, I'm an oversharer. It's okay. You can, and people can tell me to stop. TMI.
Oh, we've already had one or two of those today.
Really?
Oh yeah.
When? What was TMI?
We'll
Was
have
it the
to
sniffing the
look it
finger?
back up. Somebody
Maybe.
TMI'd us.
So,
Francie did.
So, design team.
I can't. Oh, it was probably the smell your finger thing.
The smell your finger.
Yeah.
It was the wax.
And honestly, if you want to ask questions in the comments, please feel free. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. But mostly, when it comes to applying for design teams, just do the best work you can. And if you get selected, you get selected. If you don't, try again
next time.
another time.
Yeah.
I want to be
Try again.
on the Disney Parks mom blog, and I can't. Like, I'm not a good writer, I guess. I keep getting ignored. And I think this year they're not even doing it. So I have to wait until next year.
Yeah, probably not.
If they bring it back at all. But that's like a dream that I have, like to be able to do that, to answer Disney questions. But,
Nice.
I'm not a good writer, so I got to get stronger at that to succeed, and that happens. As far as like being on the actual design team, there's a lot of commitments, there's a lot of deadlines that you have to deal with. You have to work with product that you don't necessarily feel inspired to work with. There's pros and cons, and really the companies are all different, because now that I've been on a design team for several different companies, they all have their pros and cons. The ones that to be lucky enough to be on a design team that pays you is really far. Like, you have to really work hard to get there. And I guess my best advice to do that is to just look at the other designers that are doing it, that are succeeding, that you're getting inspiration from, and try to emulate what they're doing, what they're putting out there.
More so how they're doing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like how they're going ahead and
And I'm not saying copy.
No,
like,
but
that's
even
not-
even
Yeah,
insofar
stay
as to
true to
figure out
yourself.
how much of the photograph should be the card, how much of it background, how they're all of those kinds of things, and to remember that whether or not you guys want to admit it or not, there's a bunch of people trying to go for one or two or three little slots.
yeah.
So it is a
the
competition.
competition pool is steep. So
Yeah.
that's why you have to go into it with that realization. And it's hard. I don't want that job. I don't want to pick people.
Kimberly wants to know if you
I
need a
couldn't love
blog
that
to be on the
job.
design team.
I think that is a requirement for a lot of them. Yes, pretty much every
Maybe
design team
in
that I've been
your
on,
realm.
you need a blog.
Some in mixed media you don't need.
I didn't hear.
So she said she doesn't need it. She doesn't need the blog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I know a lot of card makers that don't.
Well,
have
for
a
some
blog.
of the teams, some
Yeah.
of the teams that I have been on, yes. Some of the teams that I'm currently on right now, no, it's not a requirement. But social media presence is.
Right.
So if you don't have a blog, you have to have not a huge YouTube channel, but you have to have a social media presence.
And
Instagram,
really, like I said, it's-
Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, and what you're bringing to the table. Maybe you're good at making videos. That's your thing. And
Yes.
so they want
I
you to
suck at
make
words.
videos and not write blogs.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm
each
terrible
company
with
has
words.
different desire and they all try to stay on brand, which is important. So I'm not going to apply to be on the Finnabar team because clearly
And that's
I
something
need
I
some
was going to
work.
say. That's something I was going to suggest. If you are looking to be on a design team because just because you want to be on a design team, that's not the way. How do I want to say it? Don't do it just to do it.
Right.
Do it for one because you love the company's product.
Mm-hmm.
You love creating with that product because nothing worse than getting on a team and then getting, say, your design team project or your design team box or your stuff in the mail, and then you're like, oh my gosh,
What have I
I don't
gotten
even like
into?
this. What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what I'm going to do, and then you're stuck. And then the work that you do put out is not yours, is not what you really are capable of doing because now you just feel now you're obligated.
Right.
And where was I going with? See, I told you I suck at words. That's why I started painting. Make sure that where the heck was I going with that? Don't do it just to do it. I don't know. Go ahead, Corey. You talk, and then I'm sure it'll come back to me.
So I love how my tombstone turned out.
I do too. I'm
Yeah.
just sitting here with like the extra bits that I know I sent you and seeing if I can add anything. I really don't think I want to put moss on here.
I don't know.
Maybe
What is
some
this?
of that.
So this
Go
is
ahead.
moss here, this green stuff?
The stringy stuff.
This stuff too?
Hold on, I have to wait for the. Okay, now I see you again, but I don't see the moss on the screen.
That looks like a really suspicious bag.
This was
It's like a
sitting.
bag
I
of
promise
shrooms.
you.
This was sitting on my
That is
workstation because I was
a
getting
moss.
set up, and I was like,
It is not. I promise you.
that looks like two suspicious baggies.
They're super mosses. One is a preserved moss, and I'm not even going to try and say this word.
Sphagnum.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because I was not.
I was pretty sure we
maybe
were going to get booted there.
That
So,
might look neat, like on the edges.
I don't think we need the moss. I think it's good the way
I
that
don't
it
think
is.
so either. I think so too.
Is there any
Moss is just
questions from
messy.
the live chat, hun? See, Tana says that she has a blog and she doesn't use it for her design teams.
I guess it really depends on the requirements, vendor specific or manufacturer specific, I guess.
Nicole says
Nicole
obligations to design teams aren't crazy, or will be more of a burden than fun. Am I reading that correctly?
Well, if you're not crazy for the product, you're not crazy for the
Right,
manufacturer. It's not going to be an enjoyable experience for you.
Right. You
Yes,
have to kind
yes.
of fit with that company. You have to. It has to
Yes.
be a good fit. And even sometimes you might get started on a design team and find that it's not as good a fit as you thought it was, and that's unfortunate.
And be open.
Yeah.
Be open with your companies. If you're overwhelmed, if you do get on a team and you're overwhelmed and or you find out it's just not the right fit for you, you thought that's where you thought you'd be good at, and it's just not working out, be open with them and communicate. And I think the better the communication, the easier it is for them to say, it's okay, we understand,
Mm-hmm.
and we can go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
it's
can't
just like a
speak for
job.
everyone
People
who
need
has
to
design
treat it like a
teams
job.
who run them, but I from my experience, that seems to be communication is always the key for everything. Um, but again, I figured out where I was going with that earlier. And now it slipped my mind again within seconds. How does that
I
happen?
truly, really have enjoyed all of my design team experiences. No, that's not true. There was one that I didn't, but we won't talk about that.
Well,
It's
and
not.
there is some. I mean, don't get me wrong. There is
It was
some
a long
where
time ago.
they're like, "No, you're stuck. You're staying here, and that's what you have to do."
Yeah.
And there's some people who get really nasty when they have to leave a team for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But that's just people,
Yeah,
That's
that's
just how
people.
people are. Yeah.
My daughter
Um,
is working at Papa John's right now, and she's desperate to find a new job. And I keep encouraging her to find a new job before she leaves this job, and but it's not registering. And
yeah.
she's
Yeah.
like, "But somewhere else could be," and I'm like, "Yeah, anywhere that you have to work with people, it's gonna be just like this."
Yeah. Yep.
And
um,
so,
oh,
but this
that's
is
where I was going.
one of these
If
things that she's going to have to learn on her own.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the next episode of the Craft Cast is going to be a little different. Not that this was, and they're all different.
We have a bar that we're setting here.
I actually have my Switch connected to my studio now. So hopefully, I think it's October 18th. I'm hoping to have Chris from Brutus Monroe, and we're going to play Animal Crossing.
Right.
So I have about a month to figure out how to make this work.
Yep.
Neat.
So, and I kept putting Christopher off because, see, I've had the whole year scheduled out, and I kept moving things around because I wanted to upgrade my studio in order to do this, and the things that I needed were on back order because of COVID and all the things. So now we finally get the opportunity, and fingers crossed that it all works flawlessly.
Flawlessly? No, that's not what we do here.
No.
Adequately
It really
is what we
isn't.
do here. We do adequately. Barely.
Does anyone have any questions about what we've done tonight? Any questions for Nellie? Any questions for me? Any questions about design teams? I'm never anything more than a comment away.
Same.
And I've put links in the description box to find out more about Nellie and myself if you're new to me. And I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to add? We've gone over by an hour.
54 minutes.
Oh, not at all.
Well,
and I keep putting red stuff on my face.
It's great. I can't wait to watch.
At least it smells good. At least it smells good. That's all I can say.
So, thank
Then
you,
you can smell her
Nellie,
face
for coming. I'm so sorry that, because the secret was that she was supposed to come be in studio with us, but my daughter got a little something, which turned out not to be COVID, but it was better safe than sorry.
Yeah, we need to
Yes.
take the time and make sure.
Anyway, I guess that's it. We don't have to take up any more airspace.
Well, I did want to say that Amy does think that your tombstone needs a little bit more contrast on the letters.
Oh yeah,
I
the
happen
rest
to
of
think-
this is kind of fading.
I happen to think she's right.
Yeah, I like how Nellie used the gold to kind of enhance her letters. I think I might play
See, I
around
was
with
just
it.
playing while
Karen
we were
wants to know
yapping.
how your shoulder is. You want to give a quick update on your shoulder?
Sure. Do I have smelly, sweaty armpits?
Does it matter?
I don't care.
It's in
You don't
this
care.
channel.
I don't care. So I haven't been in the gym this week, which is not like me. I usually try to do at least 3 days, and this week has been none. So I haven't stretched more, but really, it's pretty good. I mean, you can tell that it's awkwardly not straight, but I can do the things. What else? Superman. I can do
the
Superman
things.
now.
I love
like
it.
this.
You do why you stand up. Wow.
This one, won't go forward as much yet.
But
and I can just about reach back to get my brassiere.
your brassiere.
Yeah. And I can do all the things up here now. This is what has been most helpful to me in life. But now getting dressed and stuff, I would like to have better back here, which is harder for me to stretch.
It's hard for anybody to stretch because that hurts. Like I can't do that.
Well, it all hurts. But it's just so slow. I mean, this has been over a year of me working towards
15 months
getting range of motion, but I started from like practically nothing, so I've come a long way. I mean, I like seriously, when it first started hurting me, it was like this.
Yeah, you were
I
pretty winged
couldn't
in.
shave or clean under. It was really bad, and now I can do a lot of things. So even though there is still discomfort, and some days are good and some days are more achy than others, there's a lot of weird things that are happening with your muscles with this situation. That's the best way I can describe it.
I agree.
So, and it affects way more muscles than you really think. It's called frozen shoulder, but it affects muscles from my chest all the way down into my back.
And up and through your neck.
Yeah, and down to my fingertips.
Yeah.
So like when it was really painful in those first stages, I was having a hard time holding things or coloring. My handwriting has changed because I couldn't hold the pencil or the pen. So I had to kind of like figure it out again. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But it's getting better. Any other questions?
No, that was it. Marie was sure to call out on the fact that you didn't really put any pressure on me at all to put together a flawless broadcast next month. You know.
No. If we get us playing Animal Crossing, I'll be happy.
I feel pretty good about that. I think I can.
We don't even need double. We don't need Animal Crossing on Animal Crossing. Just Animal Crossing and then me, maybe.
I can do that as long as you're sitting over there. And I don't know how we're gonna get Christopher yet, but.
Well, he's gonna be on Zoom.
We'll figure it out. You know what? We'll see y'all next month.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Nellie.
Thank you for having me.
Nellie.
I'll see you guys. Thank you.
You were so quiet there for a second.
I was just listening.